Actually, okay, Koda, and then here we go. Okay, today I will try to lead this meeting, and I need help from Audrey to be secretary. Okay, all right. I think today some of the grading team cannot attend this meeting. It's okay, so we just need to catch up the previous dependency. Yeah. Okay, let's start from previous one. Put market sales on order and explain it. Okay, this one put I have the ability to put market segmentation on Coda and explain 16 February by today. So here's one of my concern, and perhaps I need to guidance from Mr. Jing as well. So on the Monday we talk about market segmentation, right? That we just discuss on what is it on awareness on especially on gas. So how do we put this framework to all of our
Okay, excellent.
viewers?
That's an excellent question. So let's here, Gani. Actually, I'll use this opportunity to illustrate using a. Let's see. I'll just use a Jamboard here. Okay. So I'll share
Okay.
my screen real quick and give you guys kind of like a picture on how we can segment the market. So
Yeah.
based on let's see where are we right now, right? Let's define it this way, everyone. So we can okay, all right. We can segment. Is my screen blinking for any reason?
No.
No, it's just
No.
me.
No.
Okay, okay. Well, we can segment the market according to a few ways, right? So, how is the best way to segment our guest market? Okay, so let's kind of work out a few examples here. So, what we currently have, let's use this. Is we have this, right? We have comfort, right? And
Mm.
we have budget. Okay, that's budget. And then we have exotic, and then we have luxury. Okay, so that is the current understanding of how to segment. So, what is this based on? It's a very simple concept, everybody. It's just based on a kind of a direction going from, let's say, this way to this way, right? So let's put it this way, right? Let's give an arrow like this. Okay. Now, the understanding is this. This is value conscious um, experience demands value compromise experience, right? Okay. That's on this segment. And this segment is willing to pay no compromise on experience. So we can kind of put it down a little bit like this, okay? If those are the both segments of the market, let's use this as kind of like red, and let's use this as the other side. Let's let's go and actually figure out from everybody here. Um, Femi, which group is demands value but is willing to compromise experience?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat?
Which group here,
Mhm.
which of these segments here is more willing to demand value but compromise experience?
I think luxury one.
No. Okay. Let's go over to wait. Which group do you think is demands value but is willing to compromise experience?
Demands value but comfort.
Okay, that's somewhere there, but not the smallest one. Okay, let's go to Gareth. Gareth, which group is probably the most willing to compromise demand value but compromise experience?
I think it's the budget one, sir.
Oh, of course, yeah. Everybody, it's budget. All right. A budget person will always say, "Can I get it for less?" Okay, but they will accept taking away everything. So you take away my sink, that's okay. Take away my hot water, that's okay. Take away my air conditioning, that's okay. Take away, just whatever is cheapest, I will take it. That's a budget type guest, okay? A comfort type guest is a little bit less willing to take away the things that make them comfortable, like maybe hot water, like maybe air conditioning, like maybe, I don't know, a TV. Okay. So a budget guest will go, just take away everything. I just want to pay 20,000 rupiah a night. Okay. So that's a little bit higher up. Now, which guest is willing to pay the most and have no compromise on experience? Let's go to Reza. Reza, which guest now is willing to pay the most and least willing to compromise on experience?
Willing to pay for, I think, for the bed. For the comfort.
No. Okay. Let's go to Audrey. Audrey, which guest demographic is willing to pay the most and not willing to compromise anything for experience?
In my opinion, it's the luxury.
Yeah. Think about it, luxury, right? How much is a first class plane ticket? It's $10,000 sometimes. Now, what do you get? Well, you get everything. You get the best food, you get the best service, you get the best, seat, you get lots of space, you get privacy, you get your own shower on a first class plane ticket. So you don't have to compromise anything, right? But you're willing to pay $10,000 for a plane ride. So that's where that is. Okay. Now, where does exotic go though? Let's go over to Gareth. Where is exotic? Where do you think exotic goes? Which side of the range that is?
I think it's right below luxury, sir.
Yeah, somewhat, right? So the exotic person wants to have an experience and they're willing to pay for an experience, but maybe they're not willing to pay, let's say, a crazy amount for caviar, but they want a treehouse. Maybe they're not going to pay a crazy amount for a gold toilet, but they might want to stay in a sailboat. Okay, so these are sort of like the range that I see. This is a pretty good way to mark different types of guests, right? So the experience level goes up this way, and then the budget goes down on this side. Okay, so this is where the budget goes down. So budget going down on this side. We have to make this arrow smaller so I can fit it in. Okay, so the arrow on the let's make this more clear. So this is budget goes up on this side, right? And then let's say the quality of experience goes down on this side. Okay. That can be a very logical and simple way that we start creating guest segmentation. Okay, everybody? Now, the easiest way to make guest segments is actually to then create product segments. Does that make sense? Okay. So we create different products for people who are seeking different things. So do we have luxury properties? Well, we certainly do, right? We have the things that are cliffront, absolutely beautiful. People pay $5 million a night for that. That's somewhat luxury. Of course, luxury can keep on going up. Of course, right? You can get people to pay $5 million maybe a night if you really have something that amazing. So on that one, that's our offerings there. Do we have things that are budget? Well, we certainly do too, right? Those are like 200,000 simple guest houses, maybe cold water showers, whatever, just bare basics. Okay, so this is the methodology of how to create different segments and brand accordingly. Okay, all right, cool. Does that make sense, everyone? Cool. Okay, all right. Let's go back to Gani.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the quick explanation about market segmentation. So, is that applied on what's called on the CM community, or or it will be applied
very good question. It needs to apply through each layer of the guest experience. Okay, so if we are okay, so this is a good point. Let's go back here. If I may share the screen again. Let me bring you guys back to this particular model again. Okay, so this isn't a perfect fit, but does everybody remember this graph in the very beginning, the guest transformation graph that we take a look at during all hands? Okay, so I think everyone should probably know what this graph is by now, right? This shows different layers of guest transformation. Now, so you can probably start labeling this based on segmentation, right? So guests that we're targeting to meet expectations. Let's go to Gareth. Gareth, what type of guests are arriving and let's say hoping to just meet expectations? What kind of level of guest would that be? What segment would that be?
I think it's luxury, sir.
No. That's not luxury. Okay. Let's go over to Febby. Febby, what kind of guest is only expecting to meet expectations?
I think comfort.
Yeah, probably comfort or budget. Okay. Comfort or budget guests are just looking to meet expectations. I expect a clean bed. I expect, something. That's it. Okay. That's just simple. Just give me the basics. Okay. Enough to survive a night. All right. Now, meeting desires. What level of guest is that, Febby?
Desire, I think exotic or luxury.
Probably luxury, or at least starting from maybe it's luxury is a little bit higher. Luxury is higher, right? Luxury is probably which level? Let's go to Reza. Luxury is what level of guest?
Luxury is unrecognized, I think.
Right. Think about this, everyone. Does anybody really need a glass of champagne while they're on an airplane? Do they need to have expensive silverware while eating their food? Do they need to have a Hermes seat made from Hermes leather? Nobody needs to have that, but it's nice to have, right? It's like if you have it, it just feels like, whoa, I didn't. And if you get used to it, you might actually don't want it to be ever taken away. I expect to have a very wide seat now. I didn't know that I could be so comfortable, right? I didn't know I could feel so great. So the unrecognized needs is definitely a luxury experience. It's an experience where you are fulfilled in ways that you didn't even know you could be fulfilled, right? So it's like you go to get a cup of water and they give you champagne instead, right? So it's like, oh, okay, all right, that's really luxury. That's something beyond what I would expect. Okay, so that's kind of like the different levels. Unrecognized needs, probably luxury. Meeting desires, probably comfort or exotic. Okay, oh wow, this is so exciting. This is so amazing. I never thought I would actually see a real alligator from my hotel room, right? I never thought I could see something crazy like that. So these are different levels. And then meeting expectations, probably in the level of budget or comfort. Okay. So that then gives essentially the beginning of that guest journey. So for comfort and for budget type guests, we create awareness campaigns here in Service 3. So we advertise this is a property if you're looking for a budget, right? So your messaging then is based on you're not going to find a cheaper deal in this area, okay? Or if that's budget. Or for comfort, you're not going to find a better value for a clean bed and a air conditioned room, okay? So that's selling comfort, okay? So that's how you start awareness there. But once you get there, Gani, you have to actually deliver the experience, and so the HAR team and they have to actually fulfill the need, and the community has to make sure the product is correctly merchandised and correctly positioned for this type of guest. And once they stay, we have to also make sure that they're having a good experience as well. So to answer your question, Gani, once you pick segments, it actually affects all the different squads. It affects, it might even affect employee squad, right? You might need to specific employees to deal with luxury type guests because they might expect to be wowed, right, all the time. So that could be a direction there. But it affects everything. It affects how we do awareness. It affects how we do transformation. It affects how we do advocacy and maintenance too as well. So the segments are very, very, they're one of the most powerful things that we can do in this group in terms of branding. Choosing the segments affects everybody's jobs.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for sharing. Please